I think I got inspired by music at a young age. I fell in love with how music was made when I was maybe 10 years old. Uh, my dad would play music at home. Just he wasn't a musician or anything, but he was just playing music like you know Kishore Da. You would hear pop music and stuff, or even Bollywood music, and so it was more about how it was made. And then my dad bought me a little keyboard, and then I wanted to make music. I wanted to learn how. I wanted to dissect it. I wanted to see, how it was played, how tunes worked. And that's how I got into making music. And around the same age, I got introduced to Mirza Ghalib's poetry, and I fell in love with how he would describe something so detailed in just a few words. And again, I wanted to dissect it, I wanted to do it, I wanted to learn it. So I think shairi and making music, producing music and writing music, I think I fell in love with both of that, the art of it at that age. Music or anything, I didn't know I was going to be a rapper or nothing like that. Rapping happened in California. I moved to California when I was 14, and then basically that's where I was introduced to a new culture. It was hip hop. And hip hop was the culture that united everyone, no matter which country you were from, where you came from, what your background is. Hip hop sort of like made it all connect. That's in San Francisco, Bay Area. I was introduced to a lot of rap music. And in the 90s, there was some amazing rap music going on. So it was partially me trying to learn the culture and not realizing how much I was studying rap music. And I think it was the same mentality that I was using listening to the old school music that my dad introduced me to with this American music, and which was, again, trying to decipher it, trying to understand it. When my mom passed away, it was early on when I moved to America. It's sort of like I left home. I was maybe 16 by then, 15, 16. I just started living with my friends, and so that was a really, really, really heavy, I was really heavily focused in the music, and I wasn't really into anything else, so it just, something happened. Is when I lost a really good friend of mine was murdered. And when we lost him, he was a musician. And we lost him, I kind of got, I wanted to leave some music behind. I thought maybe if I was to die too, I should leave some music that would introduce me. So when I was so, pretty much the music wasn't made to put on CDs, or I wasn't making music to go on TV, or it was literally to leave music when I die. Oh shit, this fucker died. Well, he left some music. What is it? It's Punjabi rap. So that's what I thought it would happen. I didn't think I would be alive to perform it. So that's the music was really honest. It was really me just leaving my thoughts behind. And that kind of honesty can only happen when you're focused in really honestly trying to, explain yourself. Of course, using music as a way. So it wasn't. I was trying to be I wasn't trying to be a rapper. I wasn't trying to be like. I think musical inspirations for me is really, really a vast area. I love all kinds of music. I love all kinds of creative music. I love all kinds of expressive music. I like artists that are kind of like pillars. And I think some of the biggest artists of our time, Gurdas Manji is an amazing artist to follow and learn that how to be so well weathered that no matter what's happening in the so-called industry and what's happening, so-called trends and all that, some artists just start beyond, they're above that. And that's where I think not so many artists can achieve that. I think Mansab is definitely one of them. Khansab Nusrat Ali Khan's been similar inspiration to me. I think he was another trendsetter. A lot of trend followers, but not enough trendsetters, I think. Even early on as a kid, I think I've been a big fan of Mukesh. I think that is another artist that stands out for some reason. And even when I moved to America, there's a lot of artists and musicians. Old school producers like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Teddy Riley, Timbaland. You got a lot of new and up and coming. Well, not so much up and coming, but different artists that have their own sounds and somehow they can maintain their own trend or affect the trend by their own. Not so much be a follower, but be a trendsetter. So I'm a big fan of A.R. Rahman. I think he's a trendsetter. Malkeet Singh. I think sometimes I feel like there's two of me. I feel like there's me that's talking to you now, and then there's me that performs. So sometimes I think I like to do that. It's easy for me just to compartmentalize it. Right now, I'm not Bohemia. It's too, Bohemia is too crazy for me to be Bohemia right now. Right now, I just want to be me. Just want to chill, relax, It's easy, you separate yourself from it like a lot of big people do, and I think I'm nowhere anything more than just somebody doing their job. I don't feel like to me there's a lot of big people. I just took a flight and it was a 747 jet, and there was a dude who was flying that plane all the way across. To me, that's a star, man. I can't fly a jet. To me, that's special. I don't think you could just grab a jet and just start flying it. take a lot of work, it take a lot of talent, it take a lot of hard work. So, but that pilot kind of detaches himself from it. He just flies it, then he gets off, and he goes about his day. So just like that, that's my inspiration. I want to go on stage, be the 100% king of Punjabi rap, and the best at what I do. I know that, and I'm the best at it. Best that there was, I'm the best that there will be. That's my God-given right. I'm gonna go on stage, I'm gonna do that, and when I come off stage, I'm done with it. I'm back to, going about my regular life. It's nothing to be taken, whatever God gives, God can take. So you respect it. You just do your job.